Some home features can add thousands to your sale. Others can make buyers walk away, especially buyers over 55. Today, I'm counting down the 10 features these buyers are obsessed with right now. Number 10 could have the biggest impact on your offer, so make sure you stay with me until the end. I'm Tricia Garcia, a Southern California real estate professional serving Los Angeles and Ventura counties. I work with seniors, longtime homeowners, inherited homeowners, and families making important decisions about their homes. According to the National Association of Realtors, baby boomers represent 42% of home buyers in its 2026 report, making them the largest generational group of buyers in the country. Many of these buyers are not only asking, do I like this home? They're also asking, will this home continue to work for me 5, 10, or 15 years from now? And remember, buyers are comparing your home to the others that they saw that same day. Your home doesn't have to be perfect, but it does need to feel comfortable, manageable, and easier to live in than the alternatives. Let's start with number 1. Number 1 is a bedroom and full bathroom on the main floor. This is one of those features buyers may not realize how much they want it until they walk through a home that has it. I've watched buyers really like a 2-story home, admire the kitchen, walk through the backyard, and then rethink the home when they realize every bedroom is upstairs. One of the first questions I hear is there any place downstairs that could be used as a bedroom? That doesn't mean the buyer cannot use stairs today. Many buyers over 55 are active, healthy, and perfectly comfortable living in a 2-story home. But they may be thinking about recovering from an injury, or having an older parent visit, or creating a private space for an adult child, or avoiding another move later on. A downstairs bedroom can serve several different purposes. It can be an office today, a guest room next year, or a space for parents, family members, and a caregiver later. And the full bathroom is what makes that space especially useful. From a seller standpoint, if your home has this feature, lead with it in your marketing. Don't simply describe it as an extra bedroom. Help buyers understand the flexibility and the long-term value it provides. If your home doesn't have a downstairs bedroom, I would not automatically recommend spending thousands of dollars trying to create one before selling. Number 2 is an open, comfortable walk-in shower. Large soaking tubs may photograph beautifully, but you will probably agree with me that many buyers look at them and wonder whether they are actually going to use them. I have seen buyers walk into a primary bathroom with a large tub and immediately begin talking about how difficult it might be to step into or how much it would cost to replace it. The bathroom may be beautiful, but the buyer is already creating a project. A roomy shower with a low threshold, good lighting, a handheld shower head, and enough space for a bench can feel both practical and luxurious. And luxurious is important. The bathroom should not feel medical or institutional. Buyers still want attractive tile, updated fixtures, frameless glass, and a space that feels relaxing. Sometimes replacing an old shower enclosure or updating the fixtures, refreshing the grout, improving the lighting, or just adding a handheld shower head can make a meaningful difference. You should also be careful about removing the only bathtub in the house. Talk with your agent before beginning a major bathroom renovation, because the right decision depends on your home, your neighborhood, and your price range, and your likely buyer. Number 3 is an entrance that feels easy to navigate. This is often the first thing buyers experience before they have even opened the front door. I have watched buyers walk up to a home and they begin counting the steps. They may not say anything at first, but they're already thinking about carrying in groceries, welcoming an older family member, recovering from surgery, or managing those steps every single day. A level walkway, a low threshold, direct garage access, secure railing, and good exterior lighting can make all the difference and make a home feel easier to enter. Small improvements can still make a noticeable difference. Repair cracked walkways, secure loose railings, trim the landscaping that blocks the pathway, and improve the lighting around the entrance. Make sure the house numbers are easy to see and that the buyers do not have to squeeze past plants or trash cans or any outdoor furniture just to reach the front door. These may seem like small details, but they shape the buyer's impression before the showing has even begun. An easy entrance can make the home feel welcoming. A difficult entrance can immediately make the buyer wonder whether the rest of the home will work for them. Number 4 is an outdated area that feels enjoyable without feeling overwhelming. Many buyers over 55 still want a yard, a patio, a garden, or a comfortable place to sit outside. They might want somewhere to drink their morning coffee, entertain friends, grow a few plants, or let the dog outside. What they may not want is a property that requires every weekend to maintain. I have seen buyers step into a large, beautiful backyard and immediately begin talking about the garden, the water bill, the trees, and how much work the landscaping will require. The reaction changes quickly from "this is beautiful" to who is going to take care of all of this? That doesn't mean buyers want a yard covered entirely in concrete. They still want greenery, privacy, outdoor living, and room for pets or visiting family. But the key is balance. So a clean covered patio, comfortable seating, healthy landscaping, good lighting, and a manageable amount of grass or garden space can create a much stronger emotional response than an elaborate yard that immediately looks like work. And you don't need to build a $50,000 outdoor kitchen to make the backyard appealing. Sometimes just cleaning the patio, trimming the overgrown landscaping, removing the broken furniture, adding a comfortable seating area, and showing buyers how this space can be enjoyed is simply enough. Number 5 is a functional kitchen. Buyers still appreciate beautiful counters, cabinets, and appliances, but bigger doesn't always mean better. During showings, buyers are paying attention to how the kitchen actually works. Can 2 people move around comfortably? Can they reach the cabinets that they're going to use every day? Is the microwave placed too high? Is there enough lighting? Can the dishwasher and oven open without blocking the walkway? Is the island too large that makes the kitchen feel crowded? I've been through kitchens that look beautiful in photographs, but feel completely awkward once you actually stand inside of them. I've also been through smaller kitchens that buyers respond to much better because everything was easy to reach and the layout simply made sense. Pull-out shelves, deep drawers, pantry storage, under cabinet lighting, and accessible everyday storage can matter more than adding another row of decorative cabinets. Before replacing the entire kitchen, look for smaller ways to improve how it functions. Updated hardware, better lighting, organized cabinets, and pull-out shelving may help buyers recognize the kitchen's value without requiring a complete renovation. And be careful about choosing a kitchen design based only on what is popular online. A dramatic upgrade that makes sense in a luxury home may be unnecessary in a more modernly priced neighborhood. Number 6 is good natural light and thoughtful lighting throughout the home. You'll probably agree with me that a home should feel warm and welcoming, not stark and stale. Buyers respond emotionally to light. A bright home often feels cleaner, larger, and easier to live in. A dark home can make even updated rooms feel old or smaller than they really are. During showings, I see buyers, they're going to be opening the blinds, turning on the lights, and walking toward the windows. They're paying attention to how the home feels throughout the day. So before listing, open the curtains, clean the windows, trim the landscaping that may be blocking the natural light, and make sure every light fixture works. Also, check your light bulbs. When one room has bright white bulbs and the other one has yellow bulbs and a third has bulbs that barely give off any light, the home can feel inconsistent and poorly maintained. Here's a simple tip. A fresh coat of paint can go a long way. You do not necessarily need to repaint every room, but refreshing walls that are dark, that are heavily marked, or overly bold can make the entire home feel brighter and better cared for. So warm whites, soft neutral colors, that can help buyers focus on the home rather than the paint color. Number 7 is practical storage. This includes pantries, linen cabinets, primary closets, built-in shelving, and usable garage storage. There is sometimes an assumption that someone moving into a smaller home wants to get rid of nearly everything that they own. That is rarely the full story. They may be simplifying, yes, but they still have family keepsakes, holiday decorations, hobbies, luggage, linens, and belongings that really matter to them. So during showings, buyers open the closets. They're going to open up the cabinets because they're trying to understand how their life will fit into the home. When they see an organized pantry or closet, they often begin talking about where their own belongings will go. And that's a good sign. They are no longer just simply touring the house. They're beginning to imagine living there. And function matters more than size. A smaller closet with drawers, shelves, and adjustable rods can feel more useful than a large closet with just one shelf and one clothing rod. So before listing, reduce what's stored inside your closets because buyers need to see the available space. When every shelf is jam-packed, even a large closet can feel too small. The goal is not to show buyers how much you can fit inside the closet. The goal is to show them how well the space can function. Number 8 is a flexible room that can change as the buyer's needs change. That might be a home office, a guest room, a hobby room, an exercise space, a reading room, places for visiting grandchildren. Buyers appreciate flexibility, but they still need help visualizing it. So when they walk into a mostly empty room with no obvious purpose, they may simply see just some unused space. But when that same room is staged as an office with the sleeper sofas, then they can immediately see 2 possible uses. During showings, I have heard buyers say, I could use this as my office right now, but it can become a guest room later. That is exactly the type of conversation you want them to have. A flexible room could also provide space for an adult child, an older parent, or someone who may need to stay for an extended period. Give every room a purpose, but don't stage it so specifically that buyers can't imagine another use. Show them one possibility while leaving room for their own lifestyle and future plans. Number 9 is an attached garage with convenient access to the home. The garage may not be the most exciting part of the showing, but it can have a major effect on daily life. Buyers notice whether they can carry groceries directly inside. They notice whether there's a secure entrance, how many steps there are, whether they can comfortably open the garage door, and whether the garage has usable storage. They may also pay attention to the location of the laundry, the lighting, and the electrical panel. When buyers walk into a garage filled from floor to ceiling, it can appear smaller than it really is. They may start to wonder whether their vehicle will fit or whether there will be room for any storage. The garage does not need to look like a showroom, but it should simply feel clean, organized, and usable. Remove any excess belongings, improve the lighting, make sure the garage door works properly, and clearly show how much space is available. If there's a step between the garage and the home, make sure it's easy to see and that any railing is secure. Number 10, and the feature that may have the biggest financial impact, is move-in ready condition. This doesn't mean that your home has to be brand new. It does not mean that every surface needs to be replaced or that you need to completely remodel before selling. It means buyers do not walk through the home and immediately create a long list of projects. The paint feels fresh, the flooring is clean and cared for, the lighting works, the doors and cabinets open properly, the landscaping is maintained, the home smells clean, and there are no obvious signs that basic maintenance has been ignored. According to Zillow's 2026 analysis of more than 2 million listings, homes described as turnkey sold for 2.9% more than expected, while fixer-uppers sold for 14% less than the comparable homes. That can be a significant difference, and here's why it matters so much for this buyer. Many buyers over 55, they're already selling another home. They're sorting through years of belongings. They're coordinating the movers. They're helping a spouse through a transition, or they're relocating to closer to family. They may not want their next chapter to begin by managing painters, flooring installers, electricians, and plumbers. During showings, I often see buyers notice 3 or 4 small repairs and then begin wondering what larger problems that they can't see. They're subtracting for the time, the inconvenience, the uncertainty, and possibly that a small project may turn into a much larger one. Buyers are comparing your home to the others that they already saw that day. If another home feels clean, maintained, and ready while yours appears to need several projects, they may choose the easier option even if they initially liked your home more. Many buyers would rather pay a little bit more for a home that's already done, where those improvements are reflected in the purchase price and financed with the home, then come up with additional cash for repairs after closing. Paying a little bit more for a move-in ready home can feel easier and more predictable. That doesn't mean you need to fix everything. It means you need to understand which repairs could affect the buyer's confidence, which improvements may strengthen your sale, and which projects are unlikely to give you a meaningful return. This is where a pre-listing walkthrough with an experienced real estate professional can be extremely valuable. There you have it. The 10 home features buyers over 55 are looking for right now. You don't need every feature on this list, and you don't need to remodel your entire home. The Zillow data supports it. The National Association of Realtors data shows how important this group of buyers is, and I see what they respond to in showings every single week. So before you make any changes to your home, talk with a real estate professional who understands your local market and the buyers most likely to purchase your home. If you're in Los Angeles or Ventura County and would like my honest opinion about what your home may need before you list, you can schedule a call with me or a member of my team using the link in the description. And if you're outside of Southern California, I have a nationwide network of vetted real estate professionals. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more practical information about preparing, selling, and getting the most value for your home. And before you spend any money on any updates, watch my video. Don't make these 12 mistakes before selling your home. I'll place it right here on the screen because knowing what not to change can be just as important as knowing what today's buyers want.